What's up, people? How are you today? Happy St. Patty's Day. What are you up to? Welcome. We're going to get started today. Hopefully you guys are really ready for a robust conversation. Hey there, how are you? My lonely welcomer. St. Patty's Day. Tell me who you are. Who do we have with us tonight? There's quite a few of you already online, but I don't know you are here unless and until you type something in the chat. So other than that, I don't know, but I love to see you guys here. Where did my phone go? And the case. Welcome. Come on in. Come on in. How's everybody doing today? Y'all, I tell you what, it was, I was all for the Obamas, okay? I'm a true Obamas fan. But they fucking up. Man, look, I tell you what. This won't stay on my head. Have you gone to the YouTube channel and subscribed yet? Hi, Marlon. My Wednesday is great. I'm ready to have a drink. What are you drinking on, Marlon, tonight? Have you subscribed to my YouTube channel yet? I'm going to put the link in there. Oh, I got these on. How about that? Okay. Welcome and thank you. What's your topic? Cardi versus Candy? What Candy? Candy who? I mean, I know Cardi. I got some things to say about Cardi B. Yes, I do. But I don't know anything about Cardi versus Candy. Can you elaborate a little bit? Marlon. Are you able to come on camera? I would love to hear what you got to say. Okay, let me move this a little bit closer to me. Marlon? Are you prepared? Oh, no, wait. Oh, they've been calling Candace. Always Candy. Oh, no, she don't deserve that. She's Candace, okay? I don't know her by anything other than Candace Owens, okay? But no, you know what? I saw something today, and I was like, that's old. So I don't know. I don't know. Marlon, would you like to come on? I can invite you on, or we can try. Let me see if I can invite you on. Hi, Stephen. How are you? How's everything going? Okay, so Marlon, let me know what you're drinking on. Stephen, let me know what you're drinking on. Marlon, I'm going to see if Hi, Hope, Miss Hope, how are you? What are you drinking on today, honey? Please let me know. What do you got going on? Everything. Thank you so much. I am. Hey, Duce, I got you, Marlon. You know what? I'm not an actual real drinker, so I have not had Duce. I heard it's the shit though. I haven't had any of it yet. You still may be partially. Marlon, what have you done now? Jeez, you stay in Facebook jail. How do you manage that? Okay, guys, listen. What I'm going to do is post the link to my YouTube channel right there. Please, guys, go and subscribe to the channel. And also Instagram, please, if you guys can do that, that would be phenomenal. Let me see if I can go ahead and post the link in there as well. Let me go to my home page. Okay, so I'm going to post in, let's see. Hello, Miss Karina. It's almost that time, Miss Karina. Yes, if you guys can go to the Instagram page and follow me, that would be great. And also go to the YouTube channel and subscribe, please. Because what I like to do is I'll go back to the recordings and I'll like listen to them and I'll see some of the comments and then I'll put like things in the comments or I'll respond just to kind of keep the conversation going. And now that I have quite a few kind of episodes under our belt and news is recycling, like what Marlon said. Cardi B and Candace Owens had a little clash back in the day, and I saw something today, but I thought it was from old news. But now that's recycling again. So I can go back into some of those old shows and like type in little comments and stuff like that. So guys, please go subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram. Marlon, let me see. Kanye became the richest black man in the U.S. history. Huh? Kanye? What did he do that's so special? Cardi is in fact a hero. What did she do, Marlon? Okay, Marlon, I'm sending you this link. Marlon, I'm sending you this link. Let's see. How do I send you this link, Marlon? Private chat. Okay, here. I'm going to send you this link, Marlon. And I want you to come out. But who does it say I'm private chatting with? Hold on. Let's see. Who does it say I'm private chatting with? I don't know. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go back to the comments here. Cardi won an award. Woman of the year? Was that old? Okay, here. Marlon, click. Oh, no. Nope. Wrong one. Wrong one. Hold on. Copy to clipboard. I'm going to send you this link in Messenger, Marlon, because I want to hear what you got to say. It's 8:10, so we're going to get started. I guess for those of you that have decided to join us today, are here with us, please go ahead and type in what your drink of choice is. What are you sipping on tonight? Let me see. You're having green tea. So saving myself for Saturday. Hey, Carlos. How are you? How are you? Thank you for joining us. Where you sent it? I sent it to your messenger. I sent it to your messenger. Okay, guys. Okay, let me open up this file. One other file here. Because we have to choose a drink tonight. So typically I kind of let you guys pick the drink for me. Since I have this new and innovative. Hey, Roger. Hey, you're drinking water tonight. I was just about to promote you again for this wonderful gift. So guys, let's see what kind of drink we have. I have Dark Horse Chardonnay. Okay, where's my thing? Dark Horse Chardonnay. And remember, I buy these based on how cool the labels look, right? That's a Chardonnay. This is a Sauvignon Blanc. But I thought the bottle was really cool. I have my favorite here. This is the juggernaut. How you say it? Juggernaut. This is I'm telling y'all guys, this right here. I can post the link to where I got this from, but it's great. Okay, so I do have another one. That's an empty, but I love the bottles, so I don't throw away the bottles. I have a Cabernet Sauvignon. This is, how do you say this? Apothic. This is a brand called Apothic, and I just think their bottles are so cool. But this is a Sauvignon, a Cabernet Sauvignon. I also have a Apothic Pinot Noir. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but I like to say it like that. Pinot Noir, okay? This is also a red wine. Oh my God, I had this last week, this Reslin. It's the first time I really recognized I was drinking it. It's a white wine, but it was really, really good. I really liked it. And I think it's going to become one of my favorites. Let's see. Now, I've never tried this kind of wine. I only know red and whites, and, you know, the Reslin was new to me. But this one is called a Melbeck. Melbeck. So, and then I have another... I have a Merlot and a Chardonnay, another Chardonnay. Okay, so let's see who we got. Okay, Roger, you drinking water? It's my phone. Yes, Kanye passed. Oprah, where's the Pinot Noir? Okay. So we're gonna try the Pinot Noir. Okay, unless you guys have. Oh, the Melbeck is nice. Oh, open that one. The Melbeck? Okay, well, I've never tried Malbec. Where's the cutter? I need the cutter for this. Okay, so I tell you what, we're gonna try the Malbec. We're gonna try the Malbec. Let me pull this up really quick. Let's see. Okay, guys. Now, where did it go? Okay. So we're going to try a Malbec. Guys, I'm going to let you know where I buy these wines from. They deliver right to your door. They're fairly reasonable. They support a lot of Black-owned businesses because a lot of the wines are there specifically Black-owned. Let's see. Did I do that right? Oh, man, Roger, I'm telling you, every time, I just love this. Let's see if I can find the document I'm looking for. What did I save that document as over there? Let's see. Okay, hold on.
WineUP Wednesdays 317. Put it in OneDrive.
Okay, let me try something, guys. Hold on. Okay, I got my word. What y'all talking about over here? Let me see. Okay, we're going to definitely try the Malbec. Marlon, what you say? Did you know that less than 2 generations ago, 80% of the world would incarcerate women to mental institutes for being sexually aroused? This means the irony that Cardi B came saying proudly about her vagina makes her a hero. People just don't remember these laws exist. Okay, I got you. I have a faulty iPhone. So does that mean you won't be able to chime in with me? In the meantime, let me go ahead and get this going on. Let's see. Okay, Roger, I'm telling you, you the shit. I love it. Interesting.
That way you don't
Why
need
is
a
it
man
still going? Okay, where's my glass? Marlon dropping gems. Okay. Do you know Marlon, Carlos? Marlon, do you know Carlos? Let me see if I can pull up my paper here. because I want to see. Where is it? Just now? Maybe this is it. Cheers, guys. Oh, it's really red. Cheers. I don't know if this is the right one. Let me see. No, this is not the right one. Okay. Can you turn that around? This smells great. Thanks for the suggestion, Carlos. Let's see how it tastes. Okay. I have my cock. Did you guys submit names to name my cock? Here's my cock. You see my cock back there? There's my cock back there. Say hey to the cock. What'd you say, Marlon? Let's see. The content that Cardi music has is driven by that era. It is a part of American history and culture. Madonna, Marilyn Monroe, Betty Boop, Ginger from Gilligan's Island. Okay, I tell you what, Carlos, because I definitely want to talk about that with Cardi B, because I wasn't a fan of Cardi B in the very beginning because I thought she was very ghetto and just really promoting the wrong types of things to children, because I know that they're going to be watching whether we like it or not, right? This was when Love and Hip Hop first came out. But when I saw her on the cover of Cosmopolitan, I didn't know the impact that she was having on the world. But when I saw her on the cover of Cosmopolitan, I realized and recognized that this woman was a force to be reckoned with in all of her broken English, in all of her N-word using, in all of her ghetto fabulousness. She was going to be a force. Now, when WAP came out, okay, so I'm an adult, right? A fan of WAP, right? I was like, okay, it's a little bit raunchy. A little bit more raunchy than my taste publicly. Now, behind closed doors, okay, that might be a different story, but publicly, in the image that we as Black women and as Black individuals have to portray in this world right about now, I didn't think that WAP was the best thing. However, when it went her diamond, or I don't know if she went diamond or what for WAP, but she made some very, very considerable, hey, Robin, welcome. She made some very considerable accomplishments as a woman, as an entertainer, as an African-American in the industry. So I was tremendously proud of that. Then they started talking about, well, she's not a good role model. Well, she's an adult. She's an adult entertainer. She's not meant to be a role model. That should be left up to the family. And I mean, I was a little conflicted with that because I know in some of our households, the music is just playing. I mean, a 5-year-old could be listening. Like, we got 5, 6, 7-year-olds out here twerking because they have young parents or whatever, and the music is just very, very free. So people just hear it. You can't separate the music these days. So I was like, it's not the best for the children. I guess the children aren't the most important in the world. So, you know, adults still have to have their life. And hey, Cardi B and Megan, they're beautiful, they're hot, they're sexy, they're liberated. Like Marlon was saying, they made strides and accomplishments in that field. So I was like, okay. And then I even had on the episode on one of these shows that I've done about Cardi B saying herself that she is not the role model for children. Here's the kicker. She made a doll. in the image of herself. So total and utter contradiction. Total and utter contradiction. And I'm like, okay, Cardi, you said you're not the role model for children, but you're putting out a doll. Like, kids have dolls. Like, what are the little girls that are purchasing your doll gonna look for or gonna see when they go to see you outside of your doll's name is Cardi B, not your real name. So they're gonna go out and look for Cardi B. And what are they gonna find? Wet ass pussy. That shit ain't cool. So Marlon, I kind of beg to differ a little bit about what you're saying about Cardi B being a hero. It's almost along the lines of what I feel about what the main subject is today. And that's Michelle Obama promoting sexual content to minors with the D-Wade situation and the transgender situation. But we're going to get to that for sure. Let me see what you say here. I missed a couple of comments. Hey, Robin, what are you drinking on tonight? If y'all don't know Marlon, his comedy is like Dave Chappelle. Okay, so you do know Marlon. Okay, cool. Now, Marlon, me and you communicate, but I've never seen like a stand-up show. I know you be tripping sometimes. That shit be funny, but you know, I've never seen like a real stand-up routine. So, okay. Hey, Robin, let us know what you're drinking on. Okay, what did you say, Marlon? You said she is ghetto, and that's okay. She deserves to have a life and change. She's changing because the world created her, and it is also healing. And okay. Well, fuck, Marlon. Well, when you put it like that, okay, maybe. Okay? She does need the time to grow. Kind of like how I felt about Biggie and Tupac. They didn't have the most positive message, but as they were becoming more popular, as they were growing, as they were developing themselves in the world as human beings, they were becoming more aware. So they lost their lives prior to them having the opportunity to really make a truly positive impact on the world, and not by death. Okay, so Marlon, okay, so when you put it like that, I understand. But in the meantime, what are we gonna do? Like, you can't have that contradiction. You can't say I'm adult and I put out music for adults and then turn around and do a doll that's made for children and use your adult name. She didn't use her real name for the doll. She didn't give the doll another name. The doll is named Cardi B. So when the 5-year-old goes to the store and sees the Cardi B doll because it is of her likeness, then she gonna watch MTV or the YouTube, or she gonna hear something on TV, or the little mamas and the daddies ain't gonna give a shit about what she watched, and then she gonna see her prancing around on the TV bumping coochies with somebody. Come on now. Where is the moral compass? Where is the where is the notion that children are watching? This is our community. I don't necessarily want this show to be about just Black people because, as you know, I hang around a whole bunch of other people. I ain't just hanging around Black folks. But it always reverts back to the issues that are closest to me because I'm Black. Now, I don't have a lot of these issues, but, you know, I'm not married. I don't have children. I run my own business. I'm not dealing with, you know, a lot of the craziness that a lot of Black individuals typically deal with. But I care. I care about the community. That's why I'm here doing this. That's why I'm talking about it. And I think it's a total and utter contradiction. You're either going to be an adult entertainer, or you're going to be conscious and cognizant of the things that you're putting out there and how it affects. Our communities right now are going to hell in a handbasket. These little kids out here right now, they're using the N-word like white on rice. It was Steven. You was on here earlier today talking about how you don't get Like, why all of the hate? I wanted to use your men, but I couldn't go back and I find it. Like, why is there so much hate? You know why there's so much hate? Because everybody walking around in our community calling each other scum of the earth. Yeah, me and Marlon had it out about this. There's no love. There's no unity. And you can't walk around calling yourself one of the most despised things in the world and think that people are going to love you and care about you. Marlon, chalk it up. Eradicate the N-word. Let me see. Preach. She's not a role model. She's the result of our culture. Okay. So we need to be able to hold her accountable. We can't just say, oh yeah, she was doing good on the Grammy. No, she was bumping coochies on the Grammys. Where do we draw the line for decency? Now, I'm cool. If I was at the Grammys, I'd be like, hey, Cardi B, bump that coochie. But this is millions of people, children, watching Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B. Now, I can see if they get on there and do their little acts and then come on kind of like what Cardi B is doing. She's having more adult conversations because she's getting, she's made comments on politics. And I think that may be why she's actually, flourishing in the way that she has, because her reach is wider, right? I think Megan Thee Stallion is better, to be honest with you. But Cardi B got that juice. I just think we need to use that juice wisely. What'd you say, Roger? I would never allow it in my home, right? My daughter your daughter, does she or does she not? I can't tell by what you type. My daughter follow any of those women. Your daughter doesn't follow any of those women. How old is your daughter? Oh, hello. We have a new visitor. Hello, Mr. Canoe. How are you, Mr. Canoe? What are you drinking on this evening, Mr. Canoe? And please let me know, how did you find us? And please join me in the conversation. Do you have an opinion on Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B's accomplishments? Because they are great. And I am tremendously congratulatory of her for her accomplishments, because it wasn't easy. And on the other hand of that, I'm wondering, is she being promoted because the level of her conversation in her entertainment is so low? I mean, she's talking about pussy. She's talking about the N-word. She's not talking about high-level stuff. Is she being promoted deliberately because she's at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to high-level conversations? So I want to know what you guys think about her saying that she's not a role model, having X-rated adult content, but also making a doll for children in the likeness of her caricature, Cardi B, not her as a woman, as a successful, smart business person. Hey, Canoe. Okay, Marlon says, is it a child's doll or a novelty doll? Because even Andrew Dice Clay has doll. No, Marlon, these dolls are catered to children, about dressing up and all of that. And well, we know how Cardi B dress. Not saying that it's anything wrong with it, because I like to show a little bit of cleavage sometimes too. But they're not 50, not 5. What you say, Robin? I thought WAP had incredible artistic value It was brilliant and sexy. I loved it. Madonna was very provocative and sexual, and that was 30 years ago. Right, and this is one of the reasons why I do applaud Cardi B. However, Madonna, she's white. She's in the white man's world. She doesn't have the same problems and issues that we do in the Black community. So she can afford to do that. The white children out there, they have two-parent homes. They have education being important. They don't walk around all day, every day, degrading themselves and their families and their loved ones because of whatever dumb reason they want to give for using that word. They don't do that. So they have an opportunity to be provocative in that manner, and it means just that. Us being provocative in our community, in the state in which we are in, it's like here, and then all of the issues are here. I think Madonna, where she was at being provocative, okay, she was provocative, but they don't have all of the issues that we have. So she grew, she thrived, she prospered. White people grew, they thrived, they prospered. They always do. Not all, of course. Some people struggle. But as a race as a whole, they did. We, as a race as a whole, there has been some accomplishments made. But as a group as a whole, no, we're not living up. We're not living up to, I don't want to say expectation. We're not living up to progress. Not considerable progress. Not considering who we are as everybody want to be like us. Are you kidding me? Melanin costs money. It's a hot commodity. Okay? Everybody want to be like us. They all came from us, whether they want to admit it or not. So why are we the ones, the low ones on the totem pole? We got the juice, we just don't live up to it. And I believe it all reverts back to the N-word. You call yourself that every day. Just like I said before, you're not going to walk around calling your kids stupid. What's up, stupid? Hey, stupid. No, you're not going to do that. Eradicate the N-word. Okay, let me see. I'm sorry. Oh, I missed a lot of comments. Hey, Marlene. Mwah, 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 mwah. Okay, guys. Yours, geez, I missed a lot. Hey, Miss Marlene. I just saw your comments. Menanjo, I got it. Didn't I get it this time? Menanjo, tell me I got it. Okay, let's see. We're going to go back and read these comments. Okay, that's because you didn't grow up in an era that would incarcerate you for being open about your sexuality. Because women like Cardi kicked that door. Oh, Cardi didn't kick nothing open. The door was kicked, like you said, Madonna. Janet Jackson, for that, you know, the door was kicked open already. Cardi B just took it to another level. She took it to a level where it related to us as Black individuals, because 9 times out of 10, things are not catered to us. And she did that, and I applaud her for that. But don't say that you're not a role model and have adult X-rated content and then go put out a doll for children. No, you can't do that. Okay, Namanjo, you drinking cranberry juice. Now, I don't know, Namanjo. I think this is probably the 3rd, 4th week in a row you've been having some like water and cranberry juice. I don't think you drink. What you laughing at, Carlos? Oh, Marlon keep dropping them jewels on me. Okay, that's what, okay. He ain't dropping no jewels talking about everybody's an N-worder. That ain't no jewel, that's ignorance. Sorry, Marlon. Still love you. Robin, you say you drinking Snoop Dogg. Snoop, that's one of my favorites. Do I have my Snoop Dogg bottle here? I thought I always keep my Snoop Dogg. I don't know where it's at. But that and the Juggernaut. Good. Let's see. Karina says, canoe, she has a rooster. Okay. Let's see here. Guys, this is appropriate. Canoe, this is my cock. This is a rooster. What do you associate a rooster with? Waking up in the morning, right? It's time for motherfuckers to wake up. When I saw this in the store, I said, it's perfect. Wake the fuck up. It's time. But my cock doesn't have a name. So I want people to name my cock. Any suggestions? I'm more than open to, okay? Let's see. What'd you say? Marlon. Artists like Cardi B don't place themselves in the spotlight. They gained our attention through their tragedy. We root for their success to inspire those that are born in similar situations. Absolutely. That's why I said, when I saw her on the cover of Cosmopolitan, I gave that woman her props. I actually bought the magazine. And I never buy a Cosmopolitan. Never. I think the last one I bought was when Michelle Obama was on it. Because you know when they put black people on magazines, they sell less. Because black people don't buy it. And then white people don't buy it. So I particularly bought that magazine to boost her up. If I could do my part. Now I got my white friend on here, Miss Marlene. Now, Miss Marlene is very near and dear to my heart because she is a person that gives me perspective and I give her perspective and we don't agree, but we love each other. And a lot of times people be like, Diana, how could you love them Trump supporters? I don't know. I just do. If you knew Marlene, you would love her too. But she is an advocate. And she listens. And she wants to learn. So I love you, Marlene. So let's see what Canoe said. Canoe, and also tell me what are you drinking on tonight? Oh, Marlene, what's your drink of choice? That's what we need to know. What's your drink of choice tonight? Cheers. Let me see. She's a 2021 Black hip hop version of Madonna. Okay, got that. Except way more unapologetic and talented. Okay. Half the people on this string do way worse for free. On this string, I don't think nobody on this string even compare to Cardi B, but I get what you're saying. You're drinking Prosecco. Okay, never had that. Might have to try that. I know the company where I buy the wine, they sell all kinds of wine and stuff like that. And I'll go ahead and post. Let me see if I can go ahead and post the link. If you guys use my link and go there to buy your liquor, we get better discounts as a whole. Let me see. Marla says this would be her mother's fault solely if her mother doesn't care. She really shouldn't expect Cardi. I'm assuming you're referring to children's mother that kind of expose their children to Cardi B. And yeah, you're right. But this kind of, for me, like I don't have any children. So does that mean I shouldn't care about the children in our community? Should I not care about the growth and the prosperity of the community that in which I'm a part of just because I don't have children? I don't think so. So I can care about that mother who may be misguided or may not have the resources to shield her child. So no, I'm not saying that Cardi B has to be the role model, but she's chosen that, especially when she puts out a doll for 5-year-olds. Come on now. Come on now. Talk to me, people. Tell me I'm wrong on that. Tell me I'm wrong on that. Let me see. Children shouldn't be watching. It's adult entertainment. You do realize porn is free and accessible. Absolutely. Of course. But Marlon, our community is going to hell in a handbasket. We have to go the extra mile. We have to do different things than other races out here because we are behind the 8 ball. That means, yes, y'all always try to talk about, okay, white supremacy. Yes, it exists. We know it exists. Get over it. So what are you going to do? Live up to the same standards that you're used to living up to, even though you know white supremacy is out there, and you as a black individual, you have to go the extra mile, but you're just going to choose not to go the extra mile because it shouldn't be that way. But white supremacy, I'm not going to go vote because white supremacy. No. We have to start caring about our community enough to sacrifice the pleasures because we are behind the 8 ball. Hey, white lady. What's up, Canoe? Canoe, what are you drinking on? That's what I would like to know. Marlene, what are you drinking on? What's your drink of choice? Is it water? Is it wine? Is it cognac? Is it tequila? Is it tea? Cocoa? What is it? Just let us know. This is called Wine Up Wednesdays. Wine up and let's talk. Carlos says, ghetto, getting higher education to teach others. Quoted by Tupac Shakur. Getting higher education to teach others. Okay. I love the ghetto. I'm a product of it. I am a proud member of the ghetto. When I have conversations with my white friends and I be like, hey, don't let me go ghetto. They think it's something bad, but I love where I'm from. I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world. Okay. What you say, Roger? The powers that be wants this crap. Yes, out here influencing the young people. This is the question I pose. Like, I'm proud of Cardi B, but I'm wondering, are they pumping her up? Because I don't want to say she's low level. That's not what I mean. But to that white supremacist world, let's agree that they believe she's low level. So they're willing to pump her up because they know that she's going to poison the minds and they don't have to do it. That's what I believe, Roger. So I'm with you on that. So Marlon, I don't know. What do you think about that? Let me see. They will not pay you to have anything positive. They only pay you to sing about being a whore, I guess, or a killer of your own people. Yep. That's what I'm wondering, Roger. I want to hear what Marla has to say about that. What you're expecting is her to be knowledgeable of the world automatically because she became rich. It's a learning process. I give you that. But we as individuals, do we feed into it? Or do we have conversations like this that address the situations in real time and have real possibilities? She should not, if she has decided and stated that she is not a role model, she has adult X-rated content. What the fuck is she making a doll for 5-year-olds for? Why didn't she make a blow-up doll? Marlon, why? What's she making a doll for kids for? This is why I tend to believe along the lines of what Roger is saying. It's the powers that be. They believe her to be low level, so they're willing to pump her up to what word am I looking for? Oh God, I can't think. You know, just like destroy your mind, like numb your mind. Love ends hate. If that's the case, Carlos, I wonder if you use the N word, could you stop? I don't care. I don't care who, I don't care what. Could you stop using the N word? If love ends hate, because there's no unity in our community. And it derives from us on a constant basis, every day, all day, daily, calling ourselves one of the most despised words in the world. There can be no love. It's a contradiction. The subconscious mind is more powerful than what we can ever do consciously. And when you lay your head down at night, you don't want to be an N-word. Never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. I didn't mean that in an insulting way. I just got caught up in my little moment. But hey, using the N-word to me, Marlene, is ignorance, especially coming from Black folks. People lost their lives to be able for you to get those goals and make those accomplishments. And you just gonna look at them in the face and disregard all of their strife, all of their struggle, all of the things that they worked hard for, and people like me are still working hard for, the perception and the stigma of Black men, because I'm gonna be okay. As a woman and as a Black woman, they like me. Until I start talking too militant. Oh man, when I was all, you know, not so militant, oh, I got my foot in all the doors. But when I start recognizing and realizing the part that I was playing to perpetuate racism in my own community, I had to put a stop to that shit. And now I don't get that much favor. But I don't care because I keeps it real. And people like Miss Marlene there will love me because I keeps it real. So, not meaning to be insulting, but the use of the N-word is very ignorant, whether you like that or not. The reason the Black community is in disarray has nothing to do with the N-word. Oh my God, you're one of those too, Canoe. You're one of them. You mean to tell me that you can walk around all day, every day, degrading yourself just because in your little Black circle, you think the N-word is cool? But when you get out there in the real world, ask Marlene. Don't nobody want to do nothing with no person that call themselves the N-word unless it's to destroy your own community. Then they love you. Oh yeah, N-word, 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 N-word. Hey, as a matter of fact, let me give you $2 million in advance for you to go and put that bullshit out there all day, every day, so the little kids can walk around thinking that they ain't shit. Canoe, I love you. And I thank you for being here. And I'm so grateful and appreciative that you decided to join us today and to speak up. I don't know if you've been here before and just haven't said anything to let me know that you're here, but I am tremendously grateful to you. But you're wrong. The reason the Black community is in disarray has absolutely everything to do with people all day, every day, walking around degrading their loved ones. on a conscious level. Because it penetrates the subconscious. Thank you, Marlene. I'm just going through these comments, guys. You know what? This show is organic. I'm not perfect in my delivery here. As you can see, I got kind of like a little sailor mouth a little bit, you know. Don't let the pretty smile fool you. But we must do better. Marla says, it's only the most despised thing in the world because of the skin of the people it represents. At last, they have no history of violence towards the world. I just beg to differ. There is no line, sis. It's entertainment for the devil's playground. Not true. Because it's our kids that's listening to it. It's our community that's going in hell in a handbasket. The devil's playground, they're doing just fine. They're doing just fine, Carlos. Children shouldn't have been watching the Grammys. You all have. Well, of course, I have some stuff going on in the background, but children shouldn't have been watching the Grammys. Why? It didn't say it was, you know, all adult content. I know when I was growing up and I was a child and a teenager watching the Grammys, it was safe to watch. I think you're wrong. I think it's making excuses. It's making excuses. What did Roger say? Roger said, if I had a daughter, I would never allow her to follow any of these women. Unfortunately, Roger, I get what you're saying. If you don't have a daughter or kids, I don't know. I don't either. But I don't think we would probably have a whole lot of choice in that matter. Now, we can guide them, but especially as they get older, I mean, you couldn't completely prevent them from it.
They get sneaky.
I mean, I just don't think that that would be the answer. It's almost like you would be so strict that they would go out and do it anyway. You know, children. Let me see. Children have seen illicit activity on the parts of adults since the beginning of time. Moms, Mabley. The list goes on and will go on forever. Most of us have turned out okay. It's not that big of a deal. Canoe, no. It is a huge deal. We as Black Americans are at the bottom of the totem pole. Yet, we're the greatest. So why are we make the least amount of accomplishment as a race, as a whole? I really need you to think about this, Canoe, and really reevaluate your thought process here. Because white supremacy does exist. We are some of the most hated people. But we don't have to play into it. We don't have to live up to the stereotypes. There's been decades upon decades of opportunity for us to make progress, and we haven't. Maybe a little bit. But not considerable. Not compared to the power of who we are as a people. Canoe, I think you should reevaluate that thought process. Marlon, you as well. What would be high-level stuff? I'm not sure. See, where can I buy Cardi B down? I don't know, but I want one too. Let me see. Sex, drugs, violence, self-hate is what the music industry promotes. Edutainment, education, entertainment is where the underground music lives. Hip-hop activists that write about social justice gets lost in society. Yes, because we promote all of the other crap. In inward. Suck dick. Smoke. Shoot him. Kill him. Fuck that motherfucker. Fuck him. That's what we getting. I don't believe Cardi had dolls directed towards children. I don't believe it. She had a doll made, Marlon. It's in the toy section, Marlon. It's not in the adult section. It's not sold at Lover's Lane. It's sold at Toys R Us. Positivity is not a big seller amongst our culture and or our young people. Yes, Stephen, and I mentioned you earlier. I don't know if you stepped away or whatever, but I saw your post earlier today, or was it yesterday? I'm not sure about. You were saying about the hate, about the people that the shot up a club or something like that. Guys, I was in a very intensive training, a leadership training for Landmark. I don't know if you guys heard of Landmark or if you've done Landmark or if you know anything about Landmark, but if you're up to shit, if you're looking to accomplish goals and big dreams, Landmark Education is an extraordinary training and development course for people that are up to big things. Yes, I was in that training and I had to be locked away for 2 whole days, 10 hours a day in a training. Just learning what wealthy people do, learning what uber successful people do. It's not easy. And it takes work. So I missed out on a lot of the, stuff that was going on over the weekend. Remember Vanity 6? I absolutely remember Vanity 6. And that was around the time that I was younger and growing up. And yes, Vanity 6 made an impression on my world. My feet hurt. So I'm going to get off my feet. Yes, I do remember Vanity 6. Uh-oh, what is that I'm connected to? Okay, so I'm going to have to move a little closer to this thing. Positivity is not a big seller amongst our culture and or our young people. And Stephen, a lot of people are going to beg to differ, but I think it all reverts back to the willy-nilly use of the N-word. I don't think people really recognize the power that it has over our community and the destruction that it causes in our community. If I can get people to actually realize the destruction that the use of that word causes our community, if I can make that point and get enough people to stop using such a horrible word, then maybe that's my purpose, because it's killing our communities. You wonder why all these little knuckleheads out here robbing, shooting, stealing, and killing kids, because they don't care, because they're N-worders and don't nobody want them. I do remember Vanity 6. What's your point? Lil' Kim. I remember Lil' Kim. What's your point? Canoe. When I was young, everyone loved AMG. AMG. Yeah. Oh man, what was it? Better have my money. Bitch, better have. That was my shit. I love AMG. Okay. who was nasty as hell. You know what? There's only a few songs of AMG that I listened to when I was younger and impressionable. I really only remember the one song, Bitch Better Have My Money. But I'm going to go back and I'm going to take a look and listen to some of his other songs and really realize how nasty he really was. You see, most of us turned out okay. So have most of our kids. Come on. Right, most of them. And I don't even think it's most, because if you look at it on a world scale, Canoe, Black people are not doing great. We might be getting by, but we're not doing great. We're not making waves. Actually, we're falling behind. Now, in your circle, you might be doing okay. But on the world scale as a whole, Canoe, nope, we're not. Queen Latifah and Eve stayed the course and became mega star by being respectful women, stating women are queens. This is true, but, you know, they didn't get as popular as Cardi B, so I get it. They're not as popular as Megan. Queen Latifah had to fight. Now, Eve maybe had a little bit better because she was skinny. She was a little light-skinned. So maybe she had a little bit better, and she married a white man. So, you know, maybe she had a little bit more. No, I don't even think she had more success than Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah had a little bit more success. So, yeah, they did good, and they didn't have to degrade themselves in their, you know. So I get that. What you got to say, Marlon? Wait, what you said, Madonna can do it because she is in the white man. Absolutely. Yes, Marlon, that's what I said. Yes. You do remember that doesn't give you a privilege. That's a bondage. This was required for Madonna to be Madonna as we know her. And it is the same requirement for Cardi. Surprise, Black women and white women are sexually exploited equally. No, they're not. They're in two totally separate categories. Completely separate. White women have their own troubles and issues, absolutely. But they're different than what Black women have. Did I miss something? Let's see. Hey guys, once again, oh my gosh, I missed a lot. I really thank you guys for indulging in the conversation, right? And as long as you continue to write comments, I'm going to read the comments. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to elaborate on that. So thank you. But geez, I missed a whole lot of comments. Anytime you guys feel like you have to leave, feel free to do that. But also feel free to stay, because we live footloose, fancy, and free around here. Show my shoes. Can you see them? You can't see them. There. They're really cute. Tyrone! Hi, Tyrone! So cool to see you. Hello, Miss Lindsay. Oh, God, did I miss all of this? Let me see. Canoe says, art is an expression of experience and feelings, including music. Sometimes our experiences are morally acceptable. Sometimes they are not. I get that, Canoe, but do you realize the Black community is going to hell in a handbasket? We got cops out here killing us like just on sight. Why? Because we look like we just stepped out of a rap video? Well, why are you going to walk around looking like you walked out of a rap video? You know there's white supremacy. Why are you going to feed into it? Remember, sis, the COINTELPRO design to separate. Right. And we feed right into it, Carlos. Come on, talk to me now. Talk to me. All the holes, and you want the holes, and you know, in the Black community right now, there is not even a inkling of possibility for monogamy. Everybody know, oh, you just gonna fuck around. We feed into it. They lay the groundwork, and we just fall for it, hook, line, and sinker. Hey, Miss Lindsay, hopefully this isn't too much for your ears. This is so not like our company, but I'm trying to make a difference in the real world. I'm trying to have real conversations that affect real people and try to make a difference with diversity. So thank you for joining me. I love you. Menanjo, I didn't get it right. I thought I got it right. Okay, put the pronunciation up there again. Ah, I knew it. Okay, I kind of put two and two together. What's up, Tyrone? What you drinking on tonight, man? What you drinking on tonight, Tyrone? You got to let me know. This is called Wine Up Wednesdays, where we drink wine. As you can see, all my wine bottles. And whatever your favorite drink is, your drink of choice. Marlon say, let her out. So what's the background for children? Dolls? Because the last one I remember, Pee-wee touched himself in theaters. Well, yeah, that's true. But they gave him a doll too. That don't make it right. And once again, it's our community that I'm concerned about right now. Because it's the children in our community that are growing up to be savages. Is that what we want them to grow up to be? Savages? Don't think so, Marlon. You'll see my shoes, Marlene. I take some pictures later. I don't buy that Cardi B doll, but hell, Bill Cosby had cartoons. But we didn't find out about Bill Cosby till 30 years later. Come on now, Marlon. This is in real time. You on your phone, go do some research, look up Cardi B's doll. You did that one already. Growing up, I never heard Too Short or NWA or AMG until I came to Chicago. And by then I was 18. That crap is only sold to certain communities. Yeah. Ask the men. They often have names for cocks. Okay, guys, are you going to help me name my cock? You're going to help me name the cock? Oh, you drinking on chai latte. Okay, hold on, guys. One moment here. Oh, hold on. 1 second. Oh, shit. Did you miss me? I had to take care of some business. I wonder why is it the men. But it's not only the men, because I have some women also that want to battle me about the use of the N-word. Guys, we are going to seriously have a panel. Marlon, I would love for you to join me when we have this conversation. I will probably have Fred Hampton Jr., chairman, there, but I really want to put forth an initiative to eradicate the N-word. Why do you guys have to fight me? It's a nasty word. It's an ugly word. Just stop using it. Like, what's the problem? Why do you battle me? I get more battles with Black people about using a word that negatively impacts us as a community than I do with anybody else. Y'all just want to use it. I think it's lazy, because it just comes out and you don't want to stop yourself. Roger says, as a kid, I had the opportunity to travel and meet people age in those other communities don't get it. It is considered underground music. Okay. It's a parent's responsibility to ensure their children are raised. All Cardi is doing is displaying what she was shown. I get that, but you can't say on one hand, I'm an adult and I have adult content, and then turn around 2 months later, 5 months later, and put out a doll for children, or a doll that children are going to cater to. It's a total contradiction, and I think it's a ploy. And I kind of think, well, maybe they really are pumping up Cardi because they know that she can dumb down the community. What'd you say, Canoe? Let me see. When Black people use the N-word with one another, there is no negative racial. That is so not true. Okay, Canoe. Let me finish. There is no negative racial connotation in the exchange. Not true. The word has been flipped from an offensive to a, I'm sorry, but I gotta laugh at that because that's some BS. Paternalistic reference by mutual and implicit agreement. No. Because you know what, Canoe? One day, yo boy, what's up, N-worder? You my N-word. Cool. Love you, dude. He bought $100 from you. 2 weeks later, dude's supposed to give you that $100 back. And guess what he didn't do? But he got on a new pair of Jordans. Man, fuck that N-worder. Now the kid know who you talking. The kid in the background playing with his little Legos. He hear you on one day talking about, yeah, that's my dude. That's my N-worder. That's my dude. Charlie, man, Charlie, my dude. That's my N-worder. Then 2 weeks later, that same kid sitting down, minding his own business, listening in the background, because a lot of times in our communities, we have no filters. We don't say, I can't say that in front of my children. We just talk. 2 weeks later, when he ain't pay you that $100, man, up that N-worder. He ain't shit. He done went out and bought him a pair of Jordans, and he owe me this money. Please. It may not have a racial connotation, but it has a negative connotation for sure. So, Canoe, I love you. I don't even know you, but I love you. But you're wrong. And you need to really think about it, because that statement that you made right there is one of the reasons why our community is going to hell in a handbasket, because we frivolously use this word that has tremendous power over us. And the fact that you think that it doesn't, Willie Lynch, and all of that white supremacy stuff that y'all like to complain about, you giving it to him on a silver platter. So we supposed to pretend like things are fine first. Don't tell. What are you talking about? Things are not fine. What are you talking about, Marlon? You're the one pretending that things are fine. Oh, N-word, N-word, N-word. Oh, it has no relevance. You're the one pretending that things are fine. I get, because I can see, because I step outside of our community. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you don't step outside of your community. But I get a chance to see outside of our community, looking in. And it's us telling our own stories. Pretending that things are fine. Pretending that because Cardi B made Diamond, that the black community is doing okay. We ain't. Cardi B might be, but we ain't. Water should be my choice. Love Cabernet Sauvignon. Had some Moscato a couple of nights ago. Well, now you know what we do here, Marlene. So if you ever decide to join us again, make sure you have your drink of choice. Now, I know I don't probably piss Canoe off. Canoe probably ain't gonna never come back. Canoe gonna be talking shit about me like, who the fuck she think she is? Because I get that a whole lot. Canoe, I'm gonna tell you, on one string on Facebook, on one string, I'm talking to some of my white friends, and they be like, Danietta, you're a racist. You're a racist against white people. But on the other hand, like literally in the same day, within the same hour, I got some black folks telling me that you're a sellout, Danietta. You're talking about the community. You just want to go with what the white man says. No, that ain't it. We are not going. Yes, our community and the situations our communities are going to hell in a handbasket. How in the hell do you got 15 people dead? White folks ain't killing us. Not like that. And if we were, it has less to do with our own. Oh my God, are you serious? It has less to do with our own missteps than it does systematic circumstances. No crap, baloney. It has something to do with it, absolutely. Yes, it does. But we already know that it does. So what do? Feed right into it. So we know that the education system is not geared towards educating black individuals. So what we do, we make it okay to get C's and D's in school instead of saying, you know what? You know white supremacy out there. You know, as a black individual, you're gonna have to work twice as hard to get somewhere where that white person is. Why? Because of white supremacy. But no, go on and be mediocre. Go on and be average. Go on and get them C's and D's and be okay, because you ain't gonna use them. You ain't gonna use that stuff. Some bullshit. Other communities, other races are holding their children to higher standards than we are. Yes, systematic racism exists, but we feed right into it. Systematic sexism have been intentionally designed to put a chokehold around the neck of black humanity. Yes, and we fall right for it, hook, line, and sinker. Black humanity is not calling yourself a nigger. You are not an N-worder. Marlon, you are not. I am not. Unless you are. And then if you are, hey, you are. What's up, nigga? But I bet you if I addressed some of you that are cool with the word in that way, you would probably feel some kind of way. Like, is she trying to insult me? Like, you don't know. Like, the word is so ambiguous. It leaves up to interpretation. And what if you feeling pissed off that day? Somebody could have been saying that word to you in a positive way. But because you feeling like shit, you take it in the wrong way. Stop it with the higher ups. This is the culture. In most nations, the wealthy are entertained by the poor. This is what the, ew, oh my God, Marlon, did you really just say that? That to me is, ugh, yuck. That's like shucking and jabbing. Oh, that's what they want to see. So let's give it to them. Come on now. You're better than that. Hey, Charles, how are you? No drink of choice right now. I'm still at work. That's okay. Black America aren't consumers of Cardi B music. So what you're saying is genetically, Black people don't have the capability to distinguish between entertainment and reality, and their content should be regulated because the music is made for whites, not Black. They are the consumers, not us. No, we're the consumers. We're even more consumers than they ever will be. Because you know what? A lot of times their families have businesses and they can go and work right in the business and then take over the business. But in our communities, we are not owning businesses. And only a very select few of us get that real estate is one of the ways, if you can't sing, rap, or dance, that you're going to get wealthy in America. We're the consumers. We're the ones that will stand in line to go buy a pair of Jordans and don't even have a computer in the household. Don't give me that bullshit, Marlon, about they're the consumers. We entertain them and they buy, but we're the consumers. Don't get it twisted. And only until we can really face real reality will we get over this. Until then, it's a facade. You think you're going to make some considerable accomplishments. Maybe you individually will. But as a whole, a group as a whole, nope. We're behind the 8 ball. Cardi B makes music that inspires strippers. It isn't her fault. Every other woman fantasizes about being a successful stripper. Hell, this is the independent pretty woman's. Yeah, I can agree with some of that. Yeah, being fly and being a stripper, in this day and age because of Cardi B and Meg the Stallion, and yeah, I can see where and how it's glamorous. So yeah, I get it. Cardi is not poisoning the minds of young people. Yes, she is. Entertainment has really poisoned the minds of people from childhood to the grave. She's pretty, rebellious, free, talented, successful. And that's what resonates over the long term with young people, not WAP. Okay, that's fine. But yet and still, she claimed herself that she's not a role model. She has adult X-rated content. And then on the other hand, a couple months later, she puts out a doll that's meant for 5 and up. That's what I saw in the little package, 5 and up. Now we're going to have the little 5-year-olds walking around talking about some wet ass pussy. And they got fresh coochies at 5. A lot of people want them. Here's a little bit of perspective for you guys. As a white woman who was born in 1967, white men called a black man the N-word as the most belittling and humiliating word that they could be called, the bottom of the barrel. White men sneered and spit when they called a black man the N-word. They couldn't even utter the word without disposing of crap. And I don't even know that. I'm taking that from Marlene. And as a little girl who witnessed that, she literally witnessed this. I have never forgotten how nasty and disgusting it felt. How my heart was crushed because I couldn't understand it. And she didn't know. And just the natural element of the sentiment of the word allowed her soul to know that it was nasty and disgusting. And you crazy if you think these little kids out here don't get that when you say the N-word, it's nasty and disgusting. I don't care how good of a twist you think you put on it. It's nasty and it's disgusting. It might be cool for a minute, but just like I said, let that person that is your ace boon coon cross you or you think that they crossed you in some capacity, a total 180. Thank you, Marlene. And now I hear young black people call each other the N-word, and what I immediately think is your grandfather and great-grandfather your grandfather and your great-grandfather would grab a switch and use it if use it on you if they could come out of their graves. That's what I think about, Marlene. Like, people fought. They died while being called this ugly, nasty, disgusting word. And we think that just because we try to put a positive spin on it, I can see if we put a positive spin on it 100% of the time, then maybe we can use it as a term of endearment. But when you interchange, and Marlon, I know for a fact that you have done this yourself. In one word, the N-word is good. And in another post, you call somebody the N-word and it's bad. There's no way to tell. How do you tell a good N-worder from a bad N-worder? It depends on how you feel that day. So don't give me that crap, guys, about how it does not affect our community. Robin, I went to Walmart in Cicero today. I remember 40 years ago when Cicero was an entirely white area. They were racist, but it was clean and well kept. Now it is nearly all black and brown. There was litter all around, and the store was poorly stocked with checkout lines were to the back of the store. Why don't neighborhoods stay nice when minorities move in? I don't know. Marlon, can you answer that? Canoe, can you answer? Can you please answer? Because I don't have an answer. I mean, I have an answer, but y'all probably gonna call me a Uncle Tom. Well, I would take the word Uncle Tom proudly. Y'all might call me a Sambo, but I don't think you really know the difference between an Uncle Tom and a Sambo. Speaking of little children, believing they ain't shit makes me think of that ice cream truck song. Yeah, me and Marlene just had a private conversation about her discovery of, I think it was RZA. RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan redid a racist song that plays in all of that ice cream song that you guys hear with the ice cream trucks. It's racist. And Marlene, when she discovered that this particular song was racist because RZA had to redo the song, from Wu-Tang Clan, she was livid. And I asked her, I was like, do you think it was deliberately done to influence the subconscious? And she, you know, she had to question that herself. Thank you, Canoe. Nothing to do with using our free speech. She's saying our language needs to be monitored. They need to regulate what we say because our brains can't take word in like normal human beings. Oh, we ain't human, huh? Marlon, you can try to patronize that crap you talking in this post, but it's crap. It has nothing to do with free speech. It has nothing to do with the world. It has everything to do with what we as Black people are doing. And we're destroying our own communities because we don't hold our children to higher standards. And it ain't got nothing to do with the white man. Yes, white supremacy exists. So what do? Fall right into it, play right along with it, because you want to use the word because you think it's a term of endearment. That little kid that think he ain't shit and go and put on, that little boy, go and put on a dress because he feel like he ain't shit. And women, they get respect, especially Black women. We cool. Except for the ones that want to be dudes now. I know tons of successful Black people that use the N-word every day. That's horrible. Their parents did. That's horrible. Their grandparents did. That's horrible because their grandparents were the ones in the time being called the N-word in every true sense of the word. No one felt degraded when the word was used fraternalistically. You're fooling yourself, Canoe, if you think that. The proof is in the pudding. Look at FBG Duck. He's a perfect example of the use of that word. Go check out some of his music. So what you're saying is genetically, what we view should be... What the freak are you talking about, Marlon? No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we as Black people need to stop calling ourselves, greeting ourselves on a daily basis with a word that means scum of the fucking earth. It means savage. It means low level, Marlon. But yet we decide, or some of you, because I don't, decide that such an ugly word has no relevance when you can replace the N-word with stupid. Like I said earlier today, you're not going to call your kids stupid all day. What's up, stupid? What's up, bitch? Well, I don't know, because we do use that word now too. I think it's just as bad. But okay, badass. What's up, badass? You're badass. And then when that kid grow up to rob and steal and want to carjack, then you wonder why, oh, them little Negroes, they're just a bad seed. What you got to say, Larry? Fighting the culture wars is pointless. The boundaries of taste have been pushed the fuck over. Sex sells, always has, always will. So does violence. All through history, young people who shape our culture changes, have rebelled against the moral sensibilities of old heads. The nature of capitalism is that which sells wins. The only thing that we can do is try to teach our people to love and respect each other and to understand that lifestyle portrayed in the music and on these videos is fiction. Right here. The only thing that we can do is try to teach our people to love and respect each other. Very poignant sentence right there. But if the subconscious meaning of the N word is that you're scum of the earth and you ain't shit and you ain't gonna never be shit, because if you that, don't nobody want to have nothing to do with that. Not really. Not really, they don't. Maybe while they sipping on some yak, maybe. While they smoking on a blunt, maybe you cool. But you can't truly love something that you degrade on a daily basis. And I believe this is the reason why there's no unity in the community, because we're conflicted. Y'all can argue me all day long, but I stand firm on that belief. Marlene, what is the ice cream truck song? Marlene, can you go ahead and post that article that you sent to me in the link? Oh, I think she did already. Guys, go take a look at it. We've had decades of opportunities to become successful. We've had decades of opportunities to be. Absolutely. Because we already know white supremacy exists. So what are you saying? There's no opportunities for us? And if that's the case, fuck it. Just be bottom of the barrel. Just be low level. Just be average. Just be mediocre. Is that what you're telling me, Marlon? I hope that's not what you're telling me. What's up, Darnell? What you drinking on? Darnell, let's see. I'm going to Texas, guys. Now, when I'm in Texas, guess what I plan to do? I'm going to Houston. And I plan to go to Ted Cruz, his office. And I'll record all of this so you guys will get a chance to see what happened when I do this. But I'm going to go to Ted Cruz's office. And I'm going to ask Ted Cruz, I mean, will I get a chance to see him? I don't know. Will I get a chance to see one of his representatives? I don't know. But I hope so. And I'm going to ask him, are you familiar with the Contract for Black America? And if not, could you read it? And tell me what you think about it, your honest opinion. I want to ask him, why in the hell did, when Texas was freezing over, you decided to go to Cancun? I want to ask him that. I want to ask him, do you know Ice Cube? Do you know who Ice Cube is? I wonder if he does. But guys, I am taking that trip. So the reason I said that, Darnell, is because you need to pick up your gift from your winning last week. And, but I'm leaving. So you might have to come next week, Wednesday, down to the studio when I get back there to pick up your gift. Robin Tillman, Danietta may go into it. I was shocked this past week myself, and I came to her about it. It wasn't a new topic for her. Yes. Robin, Marlene is someone who I can talk to very candidly about issues of race where we disagree. And we still have friendship in the end, because we understand that we're learning and we're growing and we're trying to understand different perspectives. Toys R Us doesn't even exist anymore. You know what the hell I mean, Marlon. Toy stores. Okay, there's the link. Marlene put up there that talks about this ice cream truck song that we've all listened to and ran to, not even really realizing that it was a racist song. Now, full transparency, I did ask Marlene, Marlene, can you understand that that's the same premise that we have with the national anthem? Like, we've said this song for all of my life, like the ice cream truck. Who doesn't run to the ice cream truck, right? Same thing with the national anthem. So I can't remember quite what she said, but, you know, I did challenge her on this. Like, Marlene, do you understand why we take a knee? It's kind of for the same reason. Like the same reason that you're mad that this innocent song that you grew up as a child listening to was filled with racist shit. Like, that's what we felt, on top of the fact that Black people are getting killed by law enforcement without any repercussion. Yes, there's Black on Black crime, but that's a totally different story. So yes, me and Marlene have very candid conversations with each other. Girl, the landmark foreman, the advanced course, the IOP, the communications course, the communications. You did all of that? You did IOP, Marlene? Wow, guys, I'm telling you, you guys want to be uber productive, you'll look into landmark education. It is for people that are up to big things. And I'm looking to become a leader in landmark. So you guys will hear a lot more about it from me, because I believe it has a real effect on the progress and the productivity of people who are looking to be successful, no matter what level you're on, because it helps you get to whatever that next level is. And everybody has a next level. Everybody has a next level. I don't care where you are. I don't care what you're doing. Everybody has a next level. And I really thank you guys. You guys have been consistent with staying with me and hanging in on this conversation, because we're really trying to get to the bottom of things. You're allowing those outcasts of our community to be labeled as our identity. No, you're doing that, because those outcasts of our community are, guess what, N-worders. But you, who claim to not be an outcast of the community, say that you are. Can't have it both ways, Marlon. They are outcasts. The word didn't outcast them. Our nation did. Okay, so we live up to it. So you play right into it. So you act accordingly based on it. No, they are telling us their experience. We should be listening and learning. Thereby, this allowed us the knowledge to prevent the future creation of other Cardi B's. I speak out so another me won't have to be made. I tell the world what I saw and what I experienced. I mean, if you feel like that's the route, I guess. Hey guys, we have belittled the point. I didn't even get to the subject today. Do you guys know? Hey Brian, how are you? Thank you for joining us. Glad to see you back. Brian, what is your drink of choice? You know, you always have to put in what your drink of choice is. Canoe, did you ever tell us what your drink of choice was? I don't know. I'm going to still ask you until I know for a fact I know what you're drinking on tonight. It's very important to know this. It is, Canoe, it's called Wine Up Wednesdays. Come on, wine up. Let's talk. What you drinking on, man? Okay, Brian, let me know what you drinking on. Okay, gotcha. Okay, let me see. The difference between Madonna and Cardi is you're holding her responsible for the plight of the... No, I am not, Marlon. Get off of your soapbox. Jesus Christ. Our communities is going to hell in a handbasket. Black people are at the bottom of the totem pole. We are making the less progress, yet I believe we have the most talent. Why? Because we have low-level thinking. Why? Because we walk around every day calling ourselves and greeting our loved ones as scum of the earth. It has mental influences. Eradicate the N-word, Marlon. Try it on for size. Black people using it, and you know what? It's always the guys. It's mostly the guys. I would say 8 times out of 10, I battle with more black men that want to use the N-word. And it's maybe about 2 times out of 10, it's the women that really want to battle me on the use of this word. Let me see what you got to say, Canoe. But Canoe, You got to tell me what your drink of choice is, if you haven't already. Let me see. Black people using the N word is not why police. I didn't say that. Black people, it might not be the reason why police are killing unarmed black men, but it is one of the reasons why unarmed black men are being killed and being identified as N-worders. It is not why they are suppressing our vote. No, it is not why they're suppressing our vote, but I tell you what, they don't, politicians don't really want to go to bat for us. Why would they go to bat for us? Why would they put all of their eggs in the basket to make sure that black people got what black people needed when black people don't even work to get the shit that they need for themselves? Come on now, Camille, talk to me. Let me see. It's not why we are denied health care. No, it's not why we are denied health care. We are denied health care because we are mistrustful. And I get that. A lot of times uneducated, and a lot of times not even having the ability to have health care. But that reverts back to education. It reverts back to having employment. It reverts back to being in business for yourself, because they don't want to really hire us. But yet and still, it's not enough of us out here owning and creating businesses to hire our own people. What else you got? Let me keep going. It's not why black men were denied benefits of the GI Bill. Okay, that shit is old. You know that. What can you do about that? Can you go back and change it? Yes, it was a travesty of justice. Absolutely. But we can't go back. My dad, who is a veteran, who I think has been caught up a little bit in the mentality of the era that in which he was raised. He has the ability to get a GI loan. Will he? Nope. Nope. He don't want it. That ain't on the GI Bill. That ain't got nothing to do with the, lack of home ownership in our community. Let me see. It's not why banks have intentionally denied black people mortgages. No, it's not. And that's very unfortunate. But you know what? Right now in 2019 or 2018, something like that, Chase only gave out like 2 or 3% loans to people in our community, whereas in other communities with the same sort of credentials, they gave loans to 68% of the people. We ain't crying about it. We ain't doing nothing about it. We're not trying to band together. We're not trying to go to the banks and demand that they, release some of this money. Are we getting behind the contract for Black America? Joe Biden is probably one of the only people, as you can see in this current day and age, that has any intention to assist low income or address some of these situations. No, he's not perfect, but he about came closer than just about anyone. I mean, for goodness sakes, who do you think the single parents are? Who do you think about to get all of this stimulus money for these kids? The same ones that the Republicans is trying to take off of welfare or trying to reduce food stamps for. But how many people bash Biden? Because Senator Harris got caught up with, a scandal with prosecutors. That's a whole nother story. It's not why banks have intentionally denied Black people mortgages. It's not why we are charged higher interest rates, because we're not educated and we don't know. Like, to be honest with you, the business that I'm in right now today, Canoe, is a class. Maybe Marlene can speak to this. To teach you how to reduce your interest debt by 2/3%. Now, that's the business that I'm in. I work for a company that, or work with a company that disseminates wealth education, real estate investing education. Do you know how many Black people I have taken this information to that have just shunned upon the information? That just have not gravitated. It's a few people on this line right here, right now that I tell maybe every 2 to 3 months. Did you know that you can get an additional $12,000 in tax deductions for employing your children? Do you think they come to me and say, well, how do you do that? No, they don't. I've told even people on this line, listen, I can help you take a 30-year mortgage and pay it off in 7 to 10 years. And reduce that high interest rate that you have. Do you think every Black person comes to me and be like, wait a minute, how can you do that? No, they say, Danietta, you're not driving a Mercedes. Let alone the fact I drive a BMW. But you're not driving a Mercedes, Danietta. How can you tell me? You don't have 12 properties, Danietta. So you can't teach me anything. So, no, you're right, Canoe. But there's ways to get around that we know, since we know white supremacy exists, there's ways around it. But do we take advantage of it? Not really. A few needles in a haystack do. But as a whole, not mostly. It's not why COVID-19 has disproportionately affected Black communities. It's not why Black communities, I'm not sure what else you're saying there, but as far as the COVID-19, you know, I'm in the Black community. And when this stuff was rampant, when I was in Terrortown, do you think I saw a lot of people with masks on? No. But it was running rampant, and that don't have nothing to do with white supremacy. That has everything to do with Black people not following instruction on how to keep themselves safe. What you say, Brian? How many Black women are in the rap videos compared to white women? Well, it used to be the white women that they put in the rap videos. It used to be them. White people buy more hip hop. What'd you say? White people buy more hip hop music than Black people. So what? They can afford to do it. Black people can't. Black people are behind the 8 ball. Black people, Black children are failing in school. So those little knucklehead white kids that their parents can buy them a Mercedes or a Honda when they 16 years old, Black folks don't have that. Not too much, maybe a few. So they can afford to listen to the hip hop. Don't give me that BS, Canoe. Stop making excuses for the Black community. Stop using the N-word, because there's no unity in the community. And how could you love somebody you think is scum of the earth? And because you call them that all day, every day. Travis, not many, because they are attracting their audience, which is young white girls, plus the unfair bias in the modeling industry. I don't know. No one looked at Madonna and thought most white women behave like that, but many people already assume Black women are hypersexual and often rapists and child molesters who victimize Black women are not even prosecuted. Yep. Sway, because cock sways. I'll consider that. I will consider that. And if I meet Sway this weekend, Karina, I may just name him Sway. So, Robin Tillman, exactly. And that hypersexuality became a part of the culture because our women are preyed upon like all women, but our women were especially vulnerable and still are. And yes, now we play right into it. Shake your ass, twerk. I wish I could twerk. I mean, I can't twerk. Maybe I hang around too many white folks. I don't know. I didn't get that gene. But Marlon, I'm sorry. Your argument makes no sense. What your argument says to me is we're average and we're going to always be average. So why excel? That's what I get from your conversation. I'm doing great, Darnell. How are you doing, Darnell? How are you recovering? Is what I want to know. Are Cardi doll strippers? No, Larry, but they might as well be. What is the little 5-year-old gonna do when they see Cardi's doll? They playing with Cardi little doll. They're gonna get the other doll because they saw the Grammys and bump the coochies. What'd you say, Marlon? Charlie owe me some money. I think the lesson is learned by that child. Don't play about your money. I don't think the skin color had anything to do with the word or the actions. Not negative either. You gotta collect sometimes. I'm not quite sure what that means. Let me see. Continuity is why we always use the word. It fits with the time. It does not fit with the time. It's destroying our communities, Marlon. I'm always on our community, and I don't see none of what you're saying except the few places that are damaged almost beyond repair already and are just making it day by day. Okay. You don't Picasso how to paint. You don't tell Billie Holiday what to sing. You don't tell Sammy Davis Jr. how to dance. You don't tell Cardi either. No, I don't. I love Cardi B. Are you kidding me? But don't say that you're not a role model and you have adult X-rated content and then create a doll for 5-year-olds. Especially if you're Black, especially considering the state of the Black community, especially considering that Black women are over-sexualized. What, you starting them off young? You're okay with that? Some BS, Canoe. But I thank you for being here. You may have blinders on and only see the negativity because that isn't our community. Those are the damaged parts and they have to be repaired first. Well, how are you going to repair it, Marlon? Not doing the same dumb shit that got us in the position that we in anyway. Who's getting C's and D's? Our grades in our communities are at the highest in history prior to the pandemic. Nope, don't believe that. No other races are holding our children to higher standards. Where no other races are holding our children to higher standards. That's true. There's no other race out here that is going to hold Black individuals to a higher standard. We are not even doing it. Marlon, we're not even doing it. After you solve the nigga problem, you gonna stop women from calling each other bitches? Yes, that's second on the list. Absolutely, Larry. Yes. These culture issues are problematic, but they are kind of low on the list and priorities to address.
Yeah.
How is that if that is the root of the problem, in which I believe? How could there be unity in the community when you walk around calling somebody all day, every day, scum of the earth? It's no wonder black businesses don't grow, thrive, and prosper. Let alone the fact that bad customer service. That's the stigma. Low-level thinking, mediocrity is okay, just getting by. First, we have to love each other. How can you love each other, Larry, when you're calling yourself and greeting your loved ones as scum of the earth? Now, whether or not you think it's scum of the earth, whether or not you add a positive twist to the word, the N word, your subconscious knows that that's not the case. The consensus around the world knows that that's not the case. Only in your little black circle is the N word okay. First, we have to love each other enough to educate each other and shit. Oh my God, I'm so glad you wrote that, because Larry, that's what I'm doing. That's what I am doing here right now. First, we have to love each other enough to educate each other and share knowledge. And the knowledge that I have is the subconscious is tremendously powerful. It is more powerful than the conscious mind. And we all know that the N word is negative. So when you walk around all day, every day, greeting your loved ones as something so negative, because only in your little circle is it positive. Sometime when you feel good, come on now, kids won't be ruined by these negative images if people they love and respect feed them love, respect, and not. It's not happening. Guys, I have belabored this point. Right. Who knows what the actual subject was supposed to be for today? Because I'm going to let y'all go. Because I totally appreciate you being here, having this conversation with me. I do want to get to all of these. I do want to get to all of the comments. Okay, look, I'm going to stop elaborating on the comments. I am going to read the comments. And then we're going to try to end this today, because I want you guys to get your little tipsy on. We might have to bypass Tipsy Talk today. Darnell, you need to come pick up your gift. Let me see. I'm always going to be one, right? We've heard you say that. You can't remove the N shit that happened to me in my life. It happened and can't be undone. I guess. Okay. No, I'm not saying I guess. No, the things that you have gone through cannot be undone. You are right about that. But you don't have to be an N-worder because you had a past that has some challenges. I don't live my life according to what white people think or how they perceive our actions. White supremacy doesn't give a fuck about how we act. Yes, it does, because they try to influence how we act. You're twisted, Canoe. There's this idea that if black people act better, then white supremacy would. Who gives a fuck about white supremacy respecting us? It has nothing to do with that. We are either going to fail or grow and thrive and prosper on our own. Right now, there's very little success. There's a few people that are succeeding, yes, because black people good. But as a whole, overall, to take all the white people out as a whole, how the black community is growing is at a slower pace than everybody else. And it has nothing to do with the white man. We already know white supremacy exists. So what are you going to do? Still operate at a lower level? No, you got to pump your shit up. You got to go the extra mile. And it doesn't mean in a job. Start a business. Remember, white supremacy and all of those who pay homage to it hates us because we are Black. It has nothing to do with how we act. But they revel in the way that we decide to act. Canoe. All they got to do, they planted the seeds. They watered the soil. Now they're just watching. They're sitting back watching. And we're self-destructing. We are not the consumers of hip hop. Come on, don't state your opinion as facts. We are not consumers. I didn't say that. I said, who gives a fuck who the consumers of hip hop artists are? I said, we're consumers in general. We're the only ones that will stand in line for hours on end to buy a fucking pair of tennis shoes because they got Jordan on them and can't really afford it. We're not the only ones that stand in line, because those white supremacy kids, their parents got the money. It's our kids that don't, that are consuming this crap because of the materialistic aspect. Come on now. Y'all can't be this naive. We are not the consumer. Oh, I read that already. They buy, we entertain. That means they are the consumers. They buy entertainment, not us. That's your answer? That's weak. So we gonna shuck and jive? So they can buy it? Like, really? Come on now, Marlon. You gotta come one better than that. I'm sorry. I understand your passion against the word, but it is a choice if people use the word. It is a choice not to use the word. It is another person's choice whether they use the N word or not. I get it. Absolutely, it's a choice. All I'm saying, don't expect unity in the community if 95% of the people in the community can't stand you. How are you going to have unity in community? How are Black businesses going to grow, thrive, and prosper when there's no trust? There's no love. There's only ridicule. There's only deep-seated resentment. So true. They do be standing in line for them Jordans. Yes, they do. And it's quite embarrassing. I'm getting this because we cannot turn our backs on what is real. Equality is not there yet, and is why we work harder to belong and be success in corporate America. We can start by not using the N word like a household name. Agreed, Karina. Some people just don't get it. Stripper is the most hardest career. Isn't Megan the next big thing in stripper rap culture? A Rock Nation artist, a Black-owned business? We can't blame the white man. Yeah. Yep. I don't blame the white man. It is what it is. Now what are we going to do about it? We know why white supremacy exists. So what are you going to do? You're going to feed into it? You're going to shuck and jive? Because they want us to entertain them? We're going to call ourselves the N word all day, every day because it's entertaining to them, and they're willing to put money behind the people that's going to make that case? Come on now. It requires a lot of discipline, stamina, beauty, fame, vitality, maintain it, and for people to only disrespect and see them as wrong, doing, and degrading. Yeah, I agree. It's easier to be a hoe because it's all in different shapes and no need of maintenance and discipline. Canoe, I swear to God, I am so grateful to you. I am so appreciative of you, Marlon, as well, because, you know, I have my opinions, I have my views, and I like to talk about them. And I don't necessarily want people to agree with me. I want to have a robust conversation, and hopefully you can try to understand where I'm coming from, because it's all about me uplifting and enhancing African American, Black and brown communities, individuals, and businesses. And we, on one hand, constantly want success and gratification and gratitude and love and unity. All I'm saying is it's hard to get that when you call yourself on a daily basis something that is so negative. That's all that I'm saying. A white woman born in 1967 has no credibility as to when and how let me see. White women watch Black people get lynched after church service for entertainment, took pictures and sent them, the family and friends, as postcards. They also call the police when Black people go bird watching, sell lemonade, fall asleep, and in their campus zone. I get where you're going. Marlene is not a Karen. She hasn't proved to be a Karen to me yet. I love Marlene. And how can you say that she grew up. She grew up in that time. She didn't have the experiences you have because she's white. She had a totally different experience, and she's giving you her perspective from her experience. How it pained her to hear and see and be in the midst of real racism from the other side. And you don't want to listen up? How disgusting it is? How when they say the word, they have to spit to get the remnants of the word out of their mouth, and yet you try to use this word as a term of endearment? Get the freak out of here. And because you feel like a white woman from 1967 ain't got no credibility, how come she don't? She understood racism, real racism, where it came from, and she ain't like it. It's ugly. She see it's ugly. You can't listen up. You can't take her word for it that when a white person, a real racist white person says the word, did you hear what she said? She said they had to spit after they said it. They had to spit to get the remnants of that word out of their mouth. And yet you want to take that word and make it a term of endearment? Are you kidding me? This is the word that they called your grandfather, probably your father. Where you from, Canoe? With your shirt and your tie. I ain't even looked at that picture, but you looking kind of fly in that shirt just from the picture. So I can imagine with you dressed up that way, that you have some smarts, you have some intelligence, you have some accomplishment in your world. You're not some rapper out here like, you know, just trying to get by. So I'm a little bit shocked. Well, no, I'm not shocked, because a lot of professional Black men feel this way. Especially when I bring them to my community and I show them all of these wealth principles, and they see those white folks on the stage disseminating the information, they completely shut down. I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you shutting down? I just tried to give you information on how to take a 30-year mortgage and pay it off in 7 to 10 years. Who gives a fuck what the color of the person who's disseminating that information is? The laws are on the books. They use it. Why don't you? Oh no, I'd rather go ahead and pay this mortgage for 30 years. Just because you're so happy that they finally actually even gave you a mortgage? Come on, Canoe. Canoe, we gotta have lunch. We gotta talk. We gotta talk. Let me see. Let me see. We poison our own people. I've watched that live stream of the shooting, at the party Saturday night. People walking over dead people like it was nothing, right? Because they think of them as N-worders. The people were so desensitized. It's like they have been living in combat zones like our Ramadi. I remember that name. Oh yeah, I remember those names, right? And then they got a problem with going to the military, talking about, I'm not dying for no country. No, they died because someone called them the N-word the wrong way. Our standards are way too low. People are fighting to be a victim. Wow. It looked like you wrote more, but I guess, you know. Okay, guys, you know what? Once again, I thank you. I've lost track of where I am in this. Let me see. But I definitely want to go over these. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. You guys, if you need to go, you can go. But I'm going to go through these comments. I want to hear about them. And we'll go from there. Government disinvest in poor communities. Color be damned. There are plenty of white rural communities that are trash, just like there are plenty of black urban communities that are. Okay, so what? We don't want to try because it's rural white communities out there that's doing just as bad as black communities? Like, I don't get the logic in that. Marlon needs to Google the N-word. Marlon, please don't go in on my friend for her telling you what you need to do, okay? Don't go in on my friend, okay? None of the results on the first page says it's a term of endearment or compliment or sweet way to greet another black person. I know, Marlene. It's something that they say is, they've adopted this in the black community. That's why I keep saying, only in your little black circles is this a term of endearment. Did I do ILP only after I was overdoing IL me? Got you. Have you heard IL me in your ILP? No, I have not, but I'm bound to, because I will be in that training course for the next 30 weeks. Yes, it's a very intensive training that I am looking to grow and develop myself. I'm not perfect, never thought I was. I'm a work in progress, and I'm willing to look at that and figure out what it is I need to make myself more of a success than I already am. I don't know everything, and I'm willing to look to those that are more successful or have had other challenges and figure it out. So, guys, you'll hear more about Landmark from me for sure. Who is the Facebook user that says, tell them, sis? Is that my sister? Let me see. Larry Biddle, success breeds success. The only thing that will prevent more Cardi B's is if people stop buying what she's selling. I mean, but that's not the answer. I don't want to get wrong. I love Cardi B. But is she good for kids? No. But is our culture that so free that Cardi B can influence a child? Yes, there's really no way around it, and it's up to the children. Cardi B is fine. She's made a major compliments, and just like Marlon said earlier today, she is young and she will grow. She will grow. And the accomplishments that she's making right now will only make her a more powerful person if she decides to go down a path that's going to continue to help her grow. I mean, she could get involved with drugs and go down, you know? Let's hope that doesn't happen. She's young, she's powerful, and she's into politics. We never know. We might be voting for Cardi B to be mayor of New York in the next 10 years. You just never know. Drink almond milk, vanilla. I have to pick up my or from work at 11. Have to be sober. Got that. That's okay. That's your drink of choice. I got it. The contract for Black America was not fleshed out by policy experts. Thank you for commenting on this, Canoe. Ice Cube was the face, and right-wing Negroes were behind it. Okay, let me see. Trump was never going to do shit for Black people. I believe that. KKK Grand Wizards ain't gonna implement no damn contract for Black. Totally with you there. Totally. We can agree on that, Canoe. He played Ice Cube, absolutely, and Cube played himself with no Vaseline. Very true. I agree. And Canoe, I'll tell you what, if you go back and look at some of our first episodes, I went in on Ice Cube. Now, right when Ice Cube was at the height of the NWA, I was living in California. I hung out in Compton. So Ice Cube is near and dear to my heart. But when he did that bullshit with Trump, I'm like, Ice Cube, you fucked up. Now, I didn't read the contract for Black America, but after it was all said and done, and I went back and I read the contract for Black America, I was like, oh, okay. There's a few little things in there, but overall, it was good. And I want to promote it. And that's what I want this show to be a part of. That's why when I go to Houston, I'm going to see Ted Cruz. I'm taking a copy of the contract for Black America with me. I wish I had the most updated copy, but I'm taking the contract for Black America there with me and ask Ted Cruz if he can look at it, if he can, acknowledge it in some kind of way. We have to educate our people, the myriad of ways this rescue plan helps people. Yes, this really is good. Few people know there's money to help with the funeral expenses of folks who died of COVID, right? We need to get that word out. Absolutely. But yet we're going to have a whole bunch of people talking about Biden ain't shit. Biden just as racist. Remember what he said 47 years ago? Marlene drives an Audi S7 and has a Mercedes in the garage of her home that costs $1.4 million to build. But she bought it for 40% less. Yes, she did, through the company that we both work with, learning some of those strategies. Absolutely. I can absolutely vouch for what she's saying is absolutely true. Educate. Learn how to play the game the way the games were designed to be played. Marlon. Talking to you, Marlon. You call out white supremacy, yet you give it a blame the victim cover by blaming Black people for our... I'm not blaming Black people for our condition, but at some point, Canoe, we have to take responsibility for our shit. Yes, white supremacy exists. But have you ever been to 79th Street in Yates? It ain't all about what the white man has done or is doing. Come on now. I'm sorry. I'm not blaming no victims. We can't be victims anymore. How long have we known that white supremacy exists? How long have we known? My parents knew. If I had children, if I had children, my kids would be at an age where I would be able to have known what white supremacy, the effects of white supremacy has to offer. But I have peers my age who have kids that are still out here robbing and stealing and shooting and killing. And it ain't got nothing to do with white supremacy because they were privileged. They had money. Their parents had money. Didn't hurt for shit. But they sitting up in jail right now because of the low level thinking. Probably because of the surroundings, because it didn't come from the family. So Canoe, I'm sorry, but it's time to step up. So you feel what we view of all she should be regulated because we can't, I don't understand, but no, I don't think that's what I'm saying. Cardi B is who she is, proud of her, love her to death. But let's be real. You can't say on one hand that you not a role model and you have adult X-rated content, and then a month later put out a doll that says 5-year-olds and up. What does that mean? And then you go on the Grammys bumping coochies with another girl. Oh, so the kids, now that they know who Cardi B is, she didn't use her real name. She used fucking Cardi B. So when the kids, the little 5-year-olds, the little 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds, when they got the Cardi B doll, and the Cardi B doll got a big old fat ass and tattoos all up her legs and short mini skirt with the go-go boots looking like a stripper, and then they go and see the Grammys with a bumping coochies, what's going to happen when she get 2 dolls? They're going to bump coochies. No, what you're saying is we are average and mentally incapable of enjoying. Oh, come on, Marlon. Please get off of it. Please get off of it. That is not what I'm saying. White supremacy still control. What does white supremacy have to do with the state of who we are individually in our communities? We already know white supremacy exists. So what are we going to do? Live into it or combat it? Because right now we're feeding into it. These dolls are going to sell out in minutes. Exactly, Canoe. And all the little girls going to be bumping coochies. At the rate we going. If y'all stop posting comments, I'm going to stop talking. Let me see. Everyone holds us to a higher standard. We have to be perfect. What Black community are you talking about? Marlon, once again, I'm not trying to be insulting, but this is low-level thinking. Everyone holds us to a higher standard. We don't. We have to be perfect. Well, if you say white supremacy exists and white supremacy is the cause of all of this stuff, then we know that white supremacy exists. And it ain't going nowhere. So what are we going to do? Yes, we have to work a little bit extra. Come on now. Stop making excuses for the Black community. First, you have to have a community, and a community isn't a place that was given to you. Oh my God. You know what? I'm tired. Tell us that live, I don't know. Black people could very easily substitute the word brother for the N word in nearly every instance of addressing each other. Absolutely. And it would be much more positive and respectful term of endearment. Absolutely. And honestly, Robin, I also believe that there would be love in the community. I believe that more people will support Black-owned businesses because it's not on top of mind that a Black business don't have good customer service, they overprice, all of these negative stigmas that come along with dealing with Black businesses. Telling us that we, I guess, are damaged and live in poverty to change our communities is like telling a prisoner to put drapes up in his cell. No, that makes no sense. If you're living in poverty, then get the fuck out of poverty. Don't send your child to school, and when the child gets seized, be like, okay, child, What is it that I need to help you with? Because now you might not say this to the child, but you could be thinking, well, white supremacy is out there. And if you as a black child, because I know white supremacy exists, if you as a black child don't excel, if you don't go that extra mile, then you are going to be behind the 8 ball. So what you're telling me, Marlon, is because you know that and white supremacy exists, just fuck it. Just do what you're going to do. Instead of working extra hard because you know white supremacy exists. I don't know. Michelle Obama was supposed. I know, Marlene. We never got to the topic. We never got to the topic.
Yeah.
I'll save it for next week. We aren't going to succeed on our own. We aren't on our own. We share a nation. Marla, your words are contradictory. But you know what, guys? It's 10:30. Oh my God. I got so, you know what? I got to let y'all go. And I love you. But Marlon, I'm going to go back and I'm going to read all of these comments and I'm going to address them. Guys, now we won't get to Tipsy Talk tonight because I'm not keeping y'all this long. I'm going to have to work on this format a little bit because we get to talking and we get to communicating. We get to, debating. And it just the schedule just kind of goes haywire. But you know what, guys? I love you and I thank you so much. Please tell your people about what we're doing here because we're really trying to make a difference. We're really trying to enlighten people. We're really trying to, do good things. Thank you, guys. Love you. Talk to you later. Peace out.